here I have taken the same example. In the previous class, we have learned the Ogle approximation method, where the total cost obtained in that method, it was a 565, which was the better solution when compared to the northwest method and the least cost method. So here, okay, when you observe this table, in this table, there are two allocated cells in the first row and one allocated cell in the second row and two allocated cell in the third row. So totally there are 5 allocated cells and the number of rows are 3 and the number of columns are 3. So here this satisfies the condition, that is number of allocations greater than or equal to m plus n minus 1. So number of allocations is 5 and the number of rows and columns are 3. 5 greater than or equal to 3 plus 3 minus 1, which satisfies the condition, and hence in this problem there is no degeneracy. So now we have the first initial basic feasible solution is done, and the second step, degeneracy, that is also done. Now we have to compute the improved index values. The last step in the stepping stone method is to compute the improved index values. Okay, here we know that there are how many unallocated cells are there in this table. Okay, in this table there are totally 4 unallocated cells are there. So in this table, there are 4 unallocated cells are there. The first cell is 1B, second cell is 2B, third cell is 2C, and the fourth cell is 3A. So we have to compute the improved index costs of all these unallocated cells. So now let us start from this first cell, that is the first unoccupied cell, that is 1B. So for that we need to form a loop. Okay, the loop should start from this empty cell, and from this empty cell I have to reach towards the allocated cell. Now I have to start my journey, reach towards the allocated cell, again start the journey, reach towards allocated cell, again come back, okay, again come back to the original empty cell or unoccupied cell. Now we have to assign a positive. Now we have to alternatively assign plus and minus sign starting from the unallocated cell. So now we have to compute the net cost. It is plus 9 minus 7 plus 6 minus 5 which will be equal to 3. Now in the same way we have to compute the costs for all the cells, all the unoccupied cells. Here from this particular cell I can even reach this cell. Okay, this is also a occupied cell. I can reach this cell. Again I can reach this cell. Again from, if you go in this path, like this is a empty cell. Okay, I cannot land in this particular cell. Again this is also empty cell. Again I cannot land in this particular cell. Okay, that is why we did not choose this particular path. Now the second unoccupied cell is a 2B. Starting from this location, we have to reach the occupied cell. So now again reach the another occupied cell. Again reach the another occupied cell. Now again from here, the next occupied cell is this one. And the next occupied cell is this. Again come back to the original empty cell. Now in the same way, we have to assign costs. Okay, this was the unoccupied cell. So assign plus and alternatively assign minus and plus signs to all corners of the cell. Now again compute the net cost. Again compute the net cost for this particular cell. So it is plus 3 minus 5 plus 6 minus 7 plus 8 minus 4. So which will be equal to 1. See, from this second occupied position, we have reached this allocated cell. We can even reach towards this cell. Okay, we can even reach this cell. Again, from there, start the journey and reach this cell. Again, come towards this allocated cell. Again, come towards this allocated cell. Again, go back to the same original empty cell. So even here, okay, the loop, even in this loop also, even if you compute the net cost, the net cost obtained even in this case also, it will be 1. You can choose either of the loop. The only thing is that the starting cell is always an empty cell, and all other cells, okay, all other cells is always a allocated cell or occupied cell. So the next unoccupied cell is this one. So from this cell, so the next unoccupied cell is this one. So from this cell, I can either travel in this way or I can either travel in this way. Suppose if I travel in this way, this will be the allocated cell. I landed here, and again from here, I have to go. I have to reach the allocated cell, and again from here, and again from here, this is a empty cell. I cannot land here. Again, okay, this is an empty cell, I cannot land here, and again this is also an empty cell, I cannot land here also. So like if I choose this particular path, okay, then I cannot go to this towards this particular, I cannot come back to this particular cell, right? That is why we won't choose this particular path. Now from this cell, let us choose this path. Okay, from the empty cell, reach the allocated cell. Again, start the journey and reach the allocated cell. Start the journey and reach the allocated cell. Now go back to the original empty cell. Now alternatively, assign the plus and minus sign to all corners of the cell, starting from the empty cell or the unallocated cell. Now compute a cost for this unoccupied cell also. We need to compute the cost. The cost will be plus 5 minus 7 plus 8 minus 4, which will be equal to 2. Now there is only one unoccupied cell. We have computed improved index costs for these particular cell. Now we have only one cell where we need to compute the improved index value, that is this particular cell. So from this particular cell, I can reach this cell. I can reach so from this particular cell, I can, okay, if I reach here, I cannot go back here. That is why from this particular cell, so reach towards this allocated cell, again start the journey, reach towards this allocated cell, again start the journey and reach towards this allocated cell, again start the journey and come back to the same original empty cell. Now again you have to assign a cost. So that is the alternate plus and minus symbols to all corners of the cell. Now again we have to compute the net cost for this particular cell. The net cost will be plus 8 minus 6 plus 7 minus 5, which is equal to 1. See, as you can observe, okay, as you can observe that all the improved index cost values for all these unoccupied cells are positive values, which indicates that this is the optimum solution. Okay, this was the initial solution which was obtained by using Vogel approximation method, right? Okay, by using that solution only, we have to check whether this particular solution is optimal or not. For that, we have used a stepping stone approach, and finally, we have computed the improved index values, and we have found that all the improved index values for all these unoccupied cells are positive values, okay, which indicates that this is the optimal solution. There can be no better solution than this. Now let us consider the same problem which we have solved. That is the least cost method. We have found a um, initial basic feasible solution for this particular problem. So where the initial basic feasible solution obtained, it was a 590. The total cost which was obtained by using this least cost approach, it was 590. This is the initial basic feasible solution, and this will be the starting solution for this stepping stone approach. And we need to find out whether this particular solution is optimal or not by using a stepping stone approach. So this is the first step. Okay, we got the initial basic feasible solution. What is the second step in the stepping stone approach? We need to check for a degeneracy. So here totally how many allocated cells are there? Here totally we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are totally 5 allocated cells are there, and the number of rows is 3 and the number of columns is 3. So what is the degeneracy condition? When do we say that the degeneracy doesn't occur in the problem? When the number of allocations is greater than or equal to m plus n minus 1. Okay, in this problem, the condition is satisfied. That is 5 greater than or equal to 3 plus 3 minus 1. So the condition is satisfied, and in this problem there is no degeneracy. We can proceed towards the next step, that is computing the improved index values for all the unoccupied cells. As you can see in this table, there are totally 4 unoccupied cells, that is cell 1b, cell 2a, cell 2c, cell 3a. So we need to compute the cost values, net cost values for these particular unoccupied cells. So let us consider from this first cell. This is the first unoccupied cell. So to compute a cost, we have to form a loop. Okay, let us start forming a loop. Start from this empty cell. Okay, reach towards the allocated cell. Stop there. Again start the journey, reach towards the allocated cell. Stop there. Again start the journey, reach towards allocated cell. Now come back. Now come back to the same original empty cell. In the same way, we have to assign alternate plus and minus signs. So assign plus here. Again assign minus sign here. Plus, minus. So now you compute the net cost. So the net cost will be plus 9 minus 7 plus 6 minus 5. which will be equal to 3. Now this is the second empty cell or the unoccupied cell. Again, we need to compute the improved index value of this particular cell. We have to form a loop. Okay, start from this location and reach towards this allocated cell. Again, reach towards next allocated cell. Again, come towards this allocated cell. Okay, in the next, this is the next allocated cell, and again this is the next allocated cell. Again, come back to the original empty cell. The same way, assign the costs or the symbols, plus and minus symbols. Now compute a net cost for this particular cell, that is plus 4 minus 8 plus 7 minus 6 plus 5 minus 3. Okay, you will get a negative value here, that is minus 1. And the next unoccupied cell is this one. Again, we have to compute a improved index value for this particular cell. So for that, we have to form a loop. So from this particular cell, okay, reach towards this cell, Again, we have to come towards allocated cell, Again, go back to the same original empty cell. So start assigning the plus and minus symbols alternatively to all the corners of the loop. Now the net cost will be plus 5 minus 3 plus 5 minus 6, okay, which will be equal to 1. Now we have to again compute the net cost for this particular cell. So form a loop starting from this position, reach the allocated cell, stop there, and again reach towards next allocated cell, stop there, again reach towards next allocated cell, stop there, and now come back to the original cell, original empty cell. So alternatively, we have to assign symbols starting from the empty cell. Now again we have to compute the net cost. So the net cost will be plus 8 minus 6 plus 7 minus 8. Okay, here also you will get 1. Okay, now here in the previous method, okay, in the previous method, we have used the Ogle approximation method where we have found that the solution was there. The solution, it was 565. That was the optimal solution where all the values after computing all the improved index values, there it was positive values. And here in we are actually finding that this particular solution that is obtained through this LCM method is optimal or not. As you can observe, okay, as you can observe here, there is one negative value. which indicates that I can actually improve, I can actually reduce this particular cost even more. I can actually reduce this cost, that is 590, cost can be reduced even more. That is why here we got a negative value. When we get a negative value, what we have to do, we have to compute the improved index values again. So this was the cell, okay, from through this particular cell we got a negative value, which means that we got a negative value which indicates that I can reduce my cost further. So let us consider this particular cell. Okay, as I told, right, okay, this particular unoccupied cell got a negative value, which indicates that this is the cell, right, that is 2a, this is the cell 2a, which indicates that adding something to this particular cell, adding a allocation to this particular cell may reduce the total transportation cost. So here this is the cell, we got a negative value. So this was the loop, okay, this was the loop which we had formed for this particular cell. So now here what I have to do now, if you observe this particular loop, observe the negative corners of this particular loop, okay, then so there are, which are the negative corners of this particular loop, this one, okay, one negative corner which is present in the first cell, okay, first row of the first cell, and the second negative corner which is present in the second cell of the second row, and the third negative corner which is present in the third cell of the third row. So if you observe these values, these allocation values in all these three cells, okay, here we have allocation 30, here we have allocation 25, here we have allocation 30. So among these three allocation, we have to choose a minimum allocation value. Once, okay, which is the minimum allocation value here? This 25. This 25 is the minimum allocation value. Now what we have to do, add this 25 with the cells having plus sign. Again, subtract this 25 with the cells having negative sign. So this, okay, this particular cell, let us start from this particular cell. Okay, this particular cell has a negative sign. Yes, right. Which indicates that we have to subtract 25. Okay, 25 minus 25, which will be equal to 0. Now this particular cell is having a plus sign. Okay, here we don't have any allocation. Now 25, oh, here we have a 0 allocation, right? 0 plus 25, which will be equal to 25. Now the new allocation for this particular cell will be 25. Now this cell, okay, this cell is having a allocation 30, and look at the symbol, it has a minus negative sign, right? So we have to add, subtract 25. We have to subtract 25 from 30. Sorry. So again, we have to subtract, okay, 25. We have to subtract 25 from this 30, which will be equal to 5. Now we have a plus symbol here, plus symbol, which means we have to add 25. So now the new allocation will be 35. Now here, okay, here we have to add 25. For this particular cell, we have to add 25. Why? Because we have a plus symbol here. So 5 plus 25, okay, which will be equal to 30. Now this particular, okay, let me write here only. So here in this place only, let us write, okay, 5 plus 25, which will be equal to 30. Now here we have a negative sign, right? So here this value, this particular value will become 5. This particular value will become 5. So now this value in the first cell we have a 5. Here we have a 35. Here we have a 25 allocation. Here the allocation is 0. In this cell the allocation is 30. In this cell the allocation is 5. See, you observe, you add these values, okay? 5 plus 35, which is equal to 40. Again 25 plus 0, which is equal to 25. Again 30 plus 5, which is equal to 35. Column wise also 5 plus 25, which is equal to 30. Again 0 plus 30, which is equal to 30. Again 35 plus 5 is equal to 5, 40. Okay, whenever we add something, okay, everything should balance, okay? Here we added 25, right? That is why in few cells we have subtracted the values, and in few cells we have added the values. Okay, everything should balance. At the end, everything should be balanced. Now again, if you look into this particular table, we have three empty cells. Yes, right, we have three empty cells. This is the first empty cell. Again, this is the next empty cell. Again, this is the next empty cell. Now again, for all these three values, we have to compute the improved index values. So now let us compute the improved index values. Now, as I told here, actually we have four unallocated cells, yes, right? That is 1B, 2B, 2C, and 3A. We have to compute the costs again for all these new allocation values. All these are new allocation values, right? Again, we have to compute the input index costs. So for that, we have to form a loop. Okay, let us start from here. So let us begin from here. So why second? So let's start from here. Let's start the loop from here. So land onto this occupied cell. Again land onto this occupied cell. Again land onto this occupied cell. Again come back to the same original position. So alternatively, we need to assign plus and minus symbols for all corners of the loop. So now compute the net cost. That is plus 9 minus 7 plus 6 minus 5, again which is equal to 3. Okay, this is the unoccupied cell. So form a loop from this particular cell. So start a loop, reach towards the occupied cell. Again start a loop, reach towards the occupied cell. Again reach towards occupied cell. Again reach towards occupied cell. Again reach towards occupied cell. Again come back to the original cell. Alternatively, we have to assign symbols starting from the unoccupied cell. Now compute the net cost. So which is 3 plus 3 plus 3 minus 5 plus 6 again minus 7 plus 8 minus 4, which will be equal to 1. Again, starting from this location, form a loop. Design the signs. Now compute the net cost. That is plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 minus 7 plus 8 minus 4, which is equal to 2. Now starting from this particular cell, form a loop. Okay, again alternatively assign plus and minus symbols to all corners of the loop. Now compute the net cost. That is plus 8 minus 6 again plus 7 minus 8, okay, which is equal to 1. Okay, which will be equal to now you can observe, okay, all the values are positive values, which means now we have to compute the cost. Okay, how to compute the cost? Okay, I will write here. Okay, total cost is equal to 8 into 5 plus 7 into 35 plus 4 into 25 plus 5 into 30 plus 5 into 6, okay, which will be equal to 565. Okay, 8 into 5, 7 into 35, 25 into 4, 5 into 30, 5 into 6, okay, which is equal to 565. So this was the optimal cost which had obtained by using Ogle approximation method. Yes, right. So which indicates that that is the optimal solution. See in the least cost method, the solution obtained, it was 590. When we verified this approach, okay, when we verified that whether this solution is optimal or not, we came to know that this is the better solution, that is 565, which indicates that the transportation cost can be reduced furthermore. That is, earlier it was 590, now it is 565. This is the optimum cost. Okay, the same cost has been obtained even by using the Ogle approximation method. Yes, right.